Hey guys, it's me. Today we're going to work on volleyball. Now if you remember the last video you watched, you saw my grandson Connor just hitting the balloon up in the air with any part of his body that he wanted to. He used his head, he used the back of his arm, he used the front of his hand. Today we're going to work a little bit more specific. We're going to work on what's called the overhead pass. Now the overhead pass is a way that you pass the ball, and you've all seen people playing volleyball this way, hitting the ball in this manner. But most of your power does not come from this part. Most of your power, as we talk about with a lot of things, comes from our legs. So what we're doing is, as we're doing, your hands in the proper position. You want to get your hands so that they're pointing up at the ceiling or up into the sky. Then you try and get them close enough together so it's almost like you're making a little triangle, and you're looking through the triangle up to where the ball is. Now to do that, once you've got that done, now what you're going to do is watch my legs. I'll move back a little bit so you can see my legs a little better. I bend my legs like a half a squat. And as I come up to hit the ball, I'll straighten out my legs and extend my arms. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the ball go not too far away, but nice and high, so that someone on my team can either hit it over the net or hit it to someone else, pass it to someone else. So remember, it's called an overhead pass. Although most people do use this type of pass to hit the ball over the net. Now I've got my collection of balls over here. I'm going to start with the volleyball. So, simple way to do it is you hold the volleyball above your head, bend your knees, and what you're trying to do is hit it up, and hit it up in the air like that. That's all you're trying to do. Try to get one hit at a time. One hit, and catch it. Now, I'm having a little bit of trouble with the sun in my eyes. Now, if you don't have a volleyball, you can use other balls. But since I have a volleyball, I'm going to use the volleyball. I'm over here trying to fetch my balloon that rolled away. Here's the balloon. It flew away because I'm outside. Okay, so if you're using a volleyball, you want to try and get one hit at a time and catch it. Then once you feel comfortable with that and you're able to control it, try 2 hits and catch it. And what you're trying to do is not move around too much in your area. You're trying to control it. So if you're running all around the place, you're not really controlling the ball as much as you could. Now, we'll get rid of that one. Suppose I have a balloon. A balloon is a great way to practice because you don't have to worry too much about extending your arms and pushing with your legs, because the slightest little hit will make the balloon go in the air. Now I don't think I'm going to try it with the balloon today, only because I have a feeling the breeze is going to blow it away. Alright, but you would do it the same way. You would hold it here and you would tap it up. See, it's moving away a little bit, but that's okay. You can tap it up and then you move back and you tap it up again, and I'll let the balloon go. Okay, now if you don't have a volleyball and you don't have a balloon, I've got a soccer ball and I've got my trusty Scooby-Doo basketball. Now, here's what you would do with these. Since they're both a little bit too hard to hit in the air, you can practice the same type of movements, but instead of hitting it, you can toss it. So I'm here like this, I'm holding it up, I toss it up, I catch it. I toss it up, I catch it. I toss it up, I catch it. Now you'll notice that I'm catching the ball underhanded each time I catch it. Our next lesson will involve that movement. Alright, now once you're able to throw the ball up in the air once and catch it under control, then you can work on once, catch it, twice, catch it. And you work on, and you're trying to build progression so that once you get it right the first time, then just shoot for 2, then go for 3, and then go for 4, and work your way up. Now, the basketball, it's a bigger ball, but some of you may not have the other balls. So it still works the same way as I showed you with the soccer ball. You would toss the ball up, catch it, toss the ball up, catch it. Now, in addition to the game of volleyball, there's a game called Nukem. Oh, there's my balloon going by again. Nukem is a game like volleyball, but just like I showed you with catching the volleyball and throwing it, that's how you play Nukem. So if you're outside with your family and you want to try an interesting game, you don't even need a real net. You can just practice throwing it over, say, a picnic table, or set up a string. And instead of hitting the balloon or the ball, you can use any type of ball. You can use the basketball and just try again to make sure that you're throwing it up from here, almost like you're taking a foul shot and you're shooting up in the air, except you're trying to make it go up rather than too much forward. And in Nukem, so I would throw the ball over the net, and the other person would come over, would be on the other side, and they would catch it, and they would throw it back. Sorry I don't have Coach Oki here with me to practice back and forth, but you get what I mean. Okay? So, next lesson will be with the forearm pass. And we'll get into that next class. Okay, this is Mr. Power signing off. Thanks for tuning in.